So it appears there's a new hack or glitch going on the PlayStation 3 currently. I don't know if this is on the Xbox as well, but it could be. So take note of the scores. I know this is the beginning of the match, but there's two players in particular I want you to take note of. The first is the guy in first place currently on their team, Goon Kid 13. He's 1-5. And the other guy is Pepsi James, who is 0-3. Now I start this match out amazing. I think I go 18-2, and then it goes downhill from there. I can't quite figure out how this glitch or hack works. To me, it seems like at first these guys were just rushing to me and letting us kill them. I mean, it wasn't that obvious, but the guys were real easy to kill to begin with, so I'm not sure how it works exactly. What I think happens is that your deaths maybe count as kills, perhaps? I'm not sure. It also kind of appears like the assault kill streaks work like the support kill streaks, meaning that you can die and still retain your streak. So I'm not exactly sure on the particulars, but just take a look at this video and maybe you guys can figure it out. All I know is that this is the second time tonight that I ran into this issue. Alright, so then I get my Maniac suit here. I call the Maniac in. And at this point I'm 10-2 and I pick it up and watch this. This first guy I see, I throw my, and this is another glitch. Boom! Hit marker with the throwing knife. That should never happen. It seems to only happen with the Maniac suit, so I hope that gets patched sometime soon. So then I go on a little Maniac tear here. Sometimes I have crocodile arms. Look how many times I miss. Whoop! How did I miss that guy? He wasn't even moving. How did I miss? That happens way too often with the Maniac suit. That's one of the only drawbacks. You get crocodile arms sometimes. And look at this guy just trying to bait me. You can't outrun the Juggernaut. Look at him. He's like, oh shit, I'm going to just take off and see if I can outrun you on a foot race. It's not gonna happen, big fella. Alright, so I've got a pretty good streak going here. We seem to be pretty much dominating them. Because at the beginning of the lobby, these guys were saying how if we camp or snipe on this map, they're going to reset us. They're going to hack us. So right off the bat, we knew there was something fishy when they started bringing all that crap into the play. And so then I go on this streak, and I remember saying, well, these guys aren't that good at all. And so then fast forward a little bit, I unmuted them all because one of my teammates said they were talking trash every time we killed him. So that cost me a death. Now look at the scores here. At this point, Goon Kid is 11-14. He's quite negative. Pepsi James is 8-19. These are the two guys. They both got the ASAP clan tag here. Now watch what happens. Okay, so as I got taken out there, Goon Kid calls in a helo pilot. Now let's stop just for a minute. He calls in a helo pilot. There was no care package whatsoever. He's currently 12-14 with one cap. Now even if he was running hardline, that would mean he would have gone on 11 kill streak. But he's certainly, with 14 deaths, there's no way. I mean, he wasn't 0-13 or 0-14. There's no way he could have got this helo pilot. So, I don't know. We see that and we kind of brush it off as, I don't know, maybe he had some kind of, I don't know. We just brushed it off. So, watch what happens next. Okay, so it says right there, Pepsi James calls in a Maniac, and I'm thinking, how the hell did he get a Maniac? It wasn't a care package because an airplane came in and dropped it off, and it didn't mention that. And even when he gets it, it says, if you listen carefully, it mentions that the enemy calls in the Maniac, which is not what happens when you call in a care package. The care package will just drop the Maniac suit. It doesn't mention. So then I checked the score, and Pepsi James, the guy who just called in the Maniac, is 9-20 with one cap. And again, even if he was running hardline, he would need 9 kills. And he didn't go on a 9 kill streak there because he has 20 deaths. It's a complete glitch here. So at this point, we know something is definitely up. These two guys called us out before the lobby that they were going to do suspicious things. They are doing suspicious things. And now a few people leave the game. And now it gets a little tricky because that Goon Kid has gotten so many kills with his helo pilot that now it kind of looks legit. Now if he calls in another helo pilot, people will think, oh look, he's 40 or 25-14. He could legitimately get the helo pilot now. But no, that is not the case, as you've seen from the beginning. So my 18-2 performance is rapidly turning around as I'm getting stomped by these helo-pilots and maniacs. And then Pepsi James gets a helo-pilot. So let's take a look at his score now. So he called in the maniac when he was 9-20. And when you call in the maniac, any kill you get does not count towards your streak. So mysteriously, he goes from 9-20 with a maniac suit to 12-22, meaning he just died, and he gets a helo-pilot. There's talk about some Mickey Mouse bull squash. That is not possible. There were no care packages involved. This guy did not have any streaks to build up these kill streaks. So I can't figure out what the glitch is. Do his deaths count towards the assault streaks? Or is it like the support, where even if you die using assault, it still counts? I have no idea, but I know these guys were cheating. I've got video evidence here, and I'm seeing this a lot more often on the PlayStation 3. So this needs to be fixed. I mean, now you can't, if you see someone call in a high streak, you can't be sure if they're cheating or not. I'm going to tweet this to Tina as well as Infinity Ward, and I hope some of you guys do the same so that we can get this patched, as this is thoroughly annoying. Okay, so I just took out Goon Kid there as the maniac. And as I mentioned earlier, the kills you get while you're in the maniac do not count to your streaks. So he's currently 40-16. Most of those kills, now look, he just died because I leave my score up here. So he's 40-17, and he continues to die. I believe, well, okay, so he gets a kill there, and then he dies. Okay, so there's no way this guy's got any streaks going. He hasn't had them build up. The only thing he just died as a maniac, so there's no way he should have continuous streaks going on here. And lo and behold, here in a second, I believe he calls in a third helo-pilot. And need I remind you that these guys started out garbage. I remember saying that these guys were terrible, and yet they whip out maniacs and helo-pilots and all kinds of crap. And here it is. Here's the helo-pilot, 43-20. Most of those kills came from his first helo-pilot when he had already died, so there's no way that it was counting towards his streaks. I mean, it was just fishy beyond belief. So tweet this video to Infinity Ward, to Tina, to everyone else, and let's get this crap patched, as this is... It almost makes the game unplayable when crappy players can get these high streaks. Although, see, again, I don't know how it works, because in the other lobby we ran into, it was the Griffin and the helo-pilot, as well as the Battle Hind. So why would these guys not be running the Loki? Maybe it has to do with certain streaks. In both scenarios, it was the helo-pilot involved. So I don't know. I can't figure it out, but I know there's some cheating going on here. So this glitch was originally posted on GameFAQs.com under the PlayStation 3 Ghost forums. However, some skeptics in that thread, including a specific thundering fuck named Z7777ZR1, claimed that it had to have been from a care package, or they had to have had a streak going. So this video disproves both of these statements. There were no care packages, they did not have streaks going, they were definitely cheating. Now at the end of the lobby I checked Goon Kid 13's stats, and I forget to check the Pepsi James, who is clearly the worst of the two players. But let's take a look at Goon Kid 13's stats. He's got a 3.501 KD ratio, 7,189 wins out of 7,982 games played, with a 9 win-loss ratio and 35 days played. There's no way that is legit. So next time you play someone who you think you're dominating and they whip out a helo-pilot or something equivalent, you'd better do a double take, as they could be cheating. We need this patched. If you need help with patches, click on my latest patch help video on the left, which is the Mach 5. If you want to scout out my review series, the latest video is on the Ground Jammer, and that's on the right.